Hittite laws, justice and society in ancient Anatolia. The Hittite laws, emerging around c. 1650 to 1100 BCE, represent one of the most significant legal corpora of the ancient Near East. The Hittites, who established a powerful empire in Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, created a legal system that offers insight into the social, economic, and political structures of the time. While the Hittite laws are less well known than the Babylonian Code of Hammurabi or the earlier Sumerian codes, they are remarkable for their practical approach to justice, flexible punishments, and social stratification. Historical context. The Hittite Empire flourished during the Late Bronze Age, reaching its zenith under kings such as Hattusili I and Suppiluliuma. Situated strategically between Mesopotamia and the Aegean, the Hittites absorbed cultural and legal influences from their neighbors, including the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Hurrians. Archaeological discoveries at the capital Hattusa have uncovered over 200 laws inscribed on cuneiform tablets in the Hittite language, written primarily for administration and governance. Unlike Mesopotamian codes, the Hittite laws were not purely prescriptive. They blend legal rules with ethical and ritual considerations, reflecting a worldview in which justice was intertwined with religion, social hierarchy, and the maintenance of societal order. Structure of the Hittite laws. The Hittite laws are organized thematically rather than numerically. They deal with crimes, property, family law, labor, slavery, and social conduct. Scholars typically divide the code into three main categories. 1. Penal law, addressing crimes and punishments. 2. Civil law, covering property, contracts, and inheritance. 3. Social law, concerning family relations, slavery, and societal hierarchy. A unique feature of the Hittite laws is their flexibility. Punishments often vary depending on the offender's social status, reflecting a stratified society where nobles, free commoners, and slaves were treated differently under the law. This contrasts with the more rigid lex talionis, eye for an eye approach of Hammurabi's code, although the Hittites also employ compensatory fines and corporal punishment. Criminal law and punishments. The Hittite penal system demonstrates a balance between severity and pragmatism. Crimes such as murder, theft, or assault could result in corporal punishment, fines, or restitution to the victim. Some notable aspects include intent and negligence. Hittite laws distinguish between deliberate and accidental acts. For example, accidental injury might require a payment or compensation, whereas intentional harm could incur corporal punishment or exile. Fines over execution. Many offenses, even serious ones, were resolved through fines. For instance, injuring a member of the royal household or nobility often required paying a substantial sum of silver or livestock. Capital crimes. Certain transgressions, such as severe offenses against the king or gods, adultery involving royal family members, and sorcery, could lead to execution. Interestingly, executions were less common for ordinary citizens, showing a preference for restitution. This approach emphasizes restoration of social order rather than strict retribution. By prioritizing fines and compensations, the Hittite system maintained stability and ensured that families of victims were compensated economically. Family and property law. Family law in Hittite society reflects patriarchal norms, but with surprising flexibility. Marriage. Marriages were contractual, often including dowries and property agreements. Polygamy existed among the elite, but was regulated. Divorce. Divorce was permitted, with the husband typically responsible for returning dowries or providing compensation for breach of contract. Inheritance. Property passed primarily through male heirs, but women could inherit in the absence of male offspring, showing a pragmatic approach to family continuity. Adultery and sexual misconduct. These offenses were treated seriously, particularly when involving family honor or the royal household. Punishments range from fines to execution in extreme cases. Property law regulated land, livestock, and movable goods. Theft was punishable by compensation or corporal punishment, and laws ensured that contractual agreements were enforceable. Notably, the Hittites provided protections for tenant farmers, slaves, and artisans, revealing a society concerned with economic stability. Slavery and social hierarchy. The Hittite legal code explicitly recognizes slavery and social stratification. Slaves could be bought, sold, or inherited. Laws protected slaves to some degree, prohibiting their unlawful killing or mistreatment, and allowed slaves to earn freedom under certain circumstances. Free citizens versus slaves. Legal obligations and penalties differed according to social rank. Nobles faced more severe consequences for crimes affecting other elites, while commoners and slaves often had compensatory fines. Servants and laborers. The code regulated wages, obligations, and working conditions, reflecting an organized labor system integral to the Hittite economy. This stratification underscores the Hittite worldview, which prioritized social hierarchy and order while maintaining legal mechanisms to prevent exploitation from destabilizing society. Ritual and religion in law. Hittite laws integrate religion and ritual as instruments of legal authority. Divine enforcement. Many laws invoke the gods as guarantors of justice. Violating certain sacred laws, such as temple property or religious rites, could result in severe punishments. Oaths and rituals. Swearing oaths before gods was a common legal procedure. Breaking an oath was tantamount to offending the divine order. Purification and compensation. Rituals often accompanied restitution. For instance, after accidental injury or death, ceremonies could be performed to restore social and cosmic balance. Religion and law were thus inseparable in Hittite society, reflecting a broader Near Eastern tradition where justice was not only a human concern, but a divine mandate. Significance of the Hittite laws. The Hittite legal corpus is significant for several reasons. 1. Historical insight. It provides a window into late Bronze Age Anatolian society, including social classes, family structures, and economic arrangements. 2. Legal pragmatism. Unlike many ancient codes focused on harsh punishments, the Hittite laws emphasize restitution, negotiation, and proportionality. 3. Comparative study. When compared with Mesopotamian or Egyptian laws, the Hittite laws reveal unique approaches to criminal justice, social hierarchy, and ritual integration. 4. Influence. Hittite legal ideas influenced neighboring cultures and later Anatolian legal traditions, contributing to the broader Near Eastern legal landscape. Modern interpretations. Modern scholars such as E.H. Sturtevant and Alfred R. Millard have highlighted the Hittite approach as pragmatic and flexible, contrasting sharply with the rigid, lex talionis-driven laws of Babylon. Archaeologists emphasize that the Hittite laws were meant to regulate daily life and maintain social cohesion rather than merely punish wrongdoing. The Hittite legal system also underscores the importance of context in ancient justice. While some laws appear lenient to modern eyes, they reflect a complex negotiation of status, duty, and religious obligation, balancing the needs of the individual, family, and state. Conclusion. The Hittite laws are a testament to the sophistication of the Hittite Empire, blending practical governance, social hierarchy, and religious observance. Their emphasis on restitution over punishment, flexibility according to social status, and integration of ritual elements distinguishes them among ancient legal codes. Studying these laws allows historians and legal scholars to appreciate how an ancient civilization maintained order, fairness, and stability while navigating the complexities of social stratification and divine authority. Through these laws, the Hittites not only governed their empire, but also left a lasting legacy on the development of law in the ancient Near East, offering valuable lessons on justice, societal balance, and the interplay of law and morality. References. 1. Sturtevant, E.H. 1975. The Hittite Laws. Scholars Press. 2. Millard, A.R. 1995. The Hittites and Their World. Thames and Hudson. 3. Bryce, T. 2005. The Kingdom of the Hittites. Oxford University Press. 4. Guterbach, H.G. 1983. Hittite Legal Texts and Social Structure. Journal of Near Eastern Studies, 42 to 101 and 118. 5. Gautier, 1965. Hittite Law in its Historical Context. Harvard University Press. 6. Van den Hout, T. 2008. Ancient Anatolian Law, Hittites and Their Legal Traditions. Brill Academic Publishers.